Growing up in the barrio, I think people expected me to end up either in jail or in a gang or being a nobody. We didn't have very many choices. We had three. You either found a job, you got married, or you went to Vietnam. In my case, I got married. I got married very young. I wish I could have possibly have gone to college. Yeah, that was one of my biggest goals, is to have equal opportunity in education for all kids. Didn't matter what color and race they were.
2013-2014, the school year, was the first group that received the scholarship. And those were only 4 students. We had enough funds to give $1,000 to each one of the 4 comprehensive high schools. In 2021, we will have 17 recipients. One of the biggest challenges, of course, is the socioeconomic situation. This is a working class community where families don't have the money to pay for full college education. And so even having a little bit of funds to start their college careers and knowing that someone believes in them to give them the funds makes a big difference.
Coming from a low-income community and family, you are already many steps behind. You're competing at the international level. And with the Rudy Chavarria Scholarship, he offered one step forward.
One of the things that this foundation has that it's not as any other foundation that I have seen in my life is the support after the students receive the scholarship. Not only we meet the families at the time of giving the scholarship, but afterwards, Rudy maintains frequent contact with the students throughout the years of their college experience.
The first time I met him was when he introduced the scholarship to us. He came to our school personally in Puente High School, and he told us about the scholarship and encouraged us to apply. And so I did. I applied, and thankfully I won the scholarship. And he was very nice. He was very personal with every individual student. When I won the scholarship, he came personally to my house to deliver the money as well as congratulate me and meet my family, and we established a relationship with him.
Sometimes they have other needs as the year goes by, and so he has created a special fund for emergencies. Could be to purchase food, to purchase extra books, to purchase a ticket to come home because there's a family emergency, any emergency that they might have. They can just email Rudy or call him.
Finding my 4th, 5th year is how difficult some of the kids still were struggling with money. So I created what we call an emergency fund. I just got through giving a non-documented student $500 to stay in school.
He has the foresight to be able to know I'm able to set aside this money for the students that need it. He's able to provide for that, and also like someone to talk to.
So grateful for the award that I was given, because without it, I don't think I would be here today. It came at a time that we really needed it, and I feel like everything happens for a reason, so I'm just so grateful.
Rudy is an extremely caring person. He has lived and worked in this community all his life, and he is dedicated to making this a successful community for the youth. He is extremely passionate about the individual success of each one of the students.
The last time I talked to him, it was a few weeks ago, actually. He had called me. He always wants to catch up and know how I'm doing with academics. And the last time I talked to him, I told him that I got a new car. That's like a huge accomplishment, something I really want to do for myself.
He still calls me every month or two just to check in, and it's been 5 years. He offers a lot of support, whether financial or even connections.
People that donate to the foundation believe in Rudy. And I think that is one of the secrets of the success in the foundation. He has established relationships with the donors.
He is the most perfect person for this board and most perfect person for this foundation, because you know that when you're talking to Rudy, he's not going to give up on you ever. And I think that's so vital, because I think sometimes in our lives we come across people that let go of us, and Rudy will never do that.
That's one of the things they always ask me. Where did you go to college, Mr. Chavarria? When I tell them I never did go to college, they're stunned. So what do you mean you didn't go to college? I said, you need to understand in the 40s and the 50s and the 60s, I said, we were not encouraged to go to school. That meant I didn't have the opportunity that you have, because it doesn't matter what color or race you're in, no one can stop you from getting an education. Money, yeah, it's a problem. I said, but it can't be. When you're a minority, especially now in these days, nothing should stop you from going to school, no matter what you want to be.
I think a lot of the times we have this imposter syndrome that we're not meant to be in these spaces, but we are. We're totally valid in being in these spaces. And just remember that your stepping stone and your struggles that you're going through, you're going to be able to become a resource for younger generations. And I think that's the most vital thing, that now I can be a resource to my community members that have never been through it, and I can be someone that they can speak to and know that they can also become a resource for other people. And I think that's so vital to make sure that the community grows stronger and that we're able to give back to it so that it can develop into a more successful thing.
I get really close to the kids because I want them to understand that this foundation is not about me, it's about them. Our ultimate goal as starting the foundation is to keep them in school. I said, it's one of the things, you'd never be ashamed where you came from, and don't forget where you came from.